everyone. Hi. Thank you for being here today with Tech Jobs Fair. We are here live with Christoph and Raphaela from Yo. And then I'm going to ask you right away to start introducing yourselves, if you could, please, just briefly, and then we go to the topic. Can you please start, Raphaela, please?
Hello, I'm Raphaela. I'm an HR manager of XIO, and I'm really excited to be here today to speak at the Tech Jobs Fair. And I will tell you some things about our company and how we deal in special times like this.
Great.
Hi,
Thank you.
my name is My name is Christoph Reismuller. Hello, everyone. I'm Client Service Director at XIO. I will give you a short outlook about the secret of digital transformation.
Great. Thank you very much. So let's dive right into it. You can start, Raphaela, I think.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Monella. What are we? We are XIO. We are part of IBM, iX exactly. At the moment, we are located in 3 countries, that is Austria, Germany, and Croatia. And we have a total of 6 locations at the moment in all 3 countries. We are about 460 digital enthusiasts around our 3 countries, and we are growing really, really fast. So in 2020 alone, we hired over 80 new joiners for whole XIO, and that stayed with us. We are keep this part growing, as for example, we hired on this Monday 7 new joiners in Austria alone. I had them here in our main location in Wels for onboarding, which was really exciting. And this is our way where we grow really, really, really fast. We have over 25 years of digital experience, and we want to grow with that with you, of course. Our main strategic partners on that growth path are Sitecore, Adobe, and SAP CX, where our developers are programming like hell. What else is really important of us? As I mentioned, we are growing, so we are looking for all kind of different people all over the world. So product owners, Scrum Masters, strategic consultants, technical consultants, and all kind of developers, back end as a front end. You're all welcome at XIO because we want to transform the digital future of every company. If you have any questions, please ask them, and we would like to answer them as best as we can. And yeah, that's actually everything from my side. So up to you, Christoph, to tell us more about the secret of digital transformation.
Hooray! So the question: what is the secret of digital transformation? As we have seen in like the last year with the Corona crisis, the real secret behind everything are people. You can talk about technology, you can talk about education processes, but by the end of the day, people are doing all the work, and people are the core of each company and what they achieve. I want to give you like a brief introduction of how we work at XIO. What does it mean to be part of the team, to be part of the family? How work things out? Basically, when we approach clients in projects, we start with a usual project team, consists of developers based on technology, technical architect, solution architect, business consultant, UI UX, subject matter experts, Scrum Masters, product owners, project managers, and so on and so forth. Lots of people, lots of dedicated roles, lots of experts in the company. How do we manage to onboard those people? How do we get them excited? How do we manage that people stay that long with XIO? I think the core of everything is people change over time, so do projects, so does technology. With XIO, you have the choice to walk your own career path. You can visit our homepage. There are some blog entries there of people who started in completely different roles and changed them over time and have been with the company for over a couple of years now. I think the highlight is if you start like in a junior developer role and you start like, let's say with front-end technology there, and you get into your first project, you stay with the project for a year, and then after a year you figure out, I don't know, I've grown with the position, I become more like a consultant. This is possible within the company. We want people to stay with the company, we want to educate them, we want to guide them through their career path. What excited me most when I joined the XIO is like there is like a dedicated buddy/advocate program in the company. So you have dedicated people, dedicated roles in the company that will walk the career path together with you. Meaning you started XIO, for the example with the front-end developer, people will tell you what you have to do in order to process your own personal career. That's an ongoing process. There's lots of educational programs there. There's lots of choices when it comes to which projects you can join, which work you can do. I think the overall journey there is really enjoyable. It's not that you are 100%, your complete working time is 100% occupied by a project. It's not the case. For each one of us, we have to dedicate some of our knowledge to the company itself, meaning for what we call domain work or for educational purposes, as well as for the advocate or buddy programs, like to take people to the next step. Let me just again highlight the two block entries. Actually, one of the block entries is Scrum Master from my team, from my current project. She started in a completely different role at the company and quickly involved to my personal favorite Scrum Master in the team. Currently working on one of world's largest digital enterprise solutions, when we call it like that, in a huge program there, and she's doing really, really great. I think this is just one of the examples of how XIO managed to guide people through their career path. Another thing that's on my note list there, XIO is an agency. We are part of the IBM iX agency network. What does it mean? Often people are a bit confused. Agency, is this like you start a project for 6 months and then you skip the project and what's next? Short answer to that, it's a long-term relationship with our client. That means we work on contract basis. Those contracts, of course, have a start and an end date, but based on the experience of the last like 20 years, clients stick with us for years. Digital transformation in general, it's not the process with a start and the end date, and it's also not a process with like an exact workflow. It's an evolving thing, something that we need to discuss with the client, constantly review and agree on targets and outcomes and goals. Maybe a bit deep dive there. How does usual process for a project look like? After we met a potential new client, it's the usual outlook. Where should the journey, where should it start? Where should it end? What should be delivered? Usually on project level, we start with what we call a discovery phase. It's a couple of weeks where we work together with the client very closely with workshops in order to identify the next steps, the next chapter, and agree on how to work together for the next couple of months or even years. After that, basically it's depending on client level, but we work in an agile way. Usually it's a Scrum model that we use, meaning that we have regular sprints. We have all the fancy Scrum meetings there with the client. Something that I want to highlight also is that this works completely remote. Our offices are spread across, so there's not one central office. For me, personally, I'm located in Vienna, in Austria. I only have 2 colleagues that are located here in Vienna as well. The rest of the team, which is 30 plus people, is spread across the globe, as well as the client is. That works fantastic. I would have never believed that such complex processes can work completely remote. Why is that? That's not because of Corona. That already worked before. I think a lot of companies now will highlight remote work and how great it is, and everything works remote. XIO already worked remote for years, for over a decade. It's not a secret. Of course, I miss to talk to people, to the team, to the client on personal level, but everything can be done remotely here. When we talk to new people, when we onboard new guys, the question is always, how are my first weeks? How does it look like? What can I do? Again, there is the HR introduction in the first place, and then you have like the dedicated buddy, someone that works in the same field, in the same area as you do, that will introduce you to the company, to the general processes. And then, in most cases, there is another colleague that will slowly slide you into your first project and hand over the first project task. Personal journey for me. It worked. I'm still here. Happy to be here. I completely onboarded remote during the Corona crisis. I'm with the company now, I think, for over 7 months. I started at home during the Corona crisis, and yeah, I have been to the office, I think, 3 times at the very beginning, and it still works for me. Yeah, basically that would be it. I'm not sure. I think we reserved the part for Q&A.
Yeah. So thank you guys for that. That was really insightful about XIO. It sounds like a dream company.
It is.
Yeah. Okay. So I have a few questions here at the Q&A. The people are asking if you're accepting applicants right now. So how do you welcome sponsorship working visa for non-EU citizens? That's the question.
I'm not sure what sponsorship working visa means, but we hire globally. So we also support people who come from non-EU countries. We support them in organization of the visa, and we also can support them financially when it comes to moving here with special agreements and payment of the work permits.
Great. So we have a raised hand from Latif. Latif's from Hungary. I'm gonna ask him to join us.
Cool.
Yeah, Latif, you can ask your question directly to the speakers, okay?
Hello, Latif.
Hi. I really enjoyed the presentation, and I wanted to know if I can work remotely from Hungary. I'm a student in Hungary University of Agriculture and Life Science.
We have actually, in Austria at least, a few people from Hungary here working, a few commuting, but a few also living here. So basically, Hungarians are very welcome at XIO. So as said, we are hiring globally. That is not a problem at all for us. We are a very international organization, not just on the client side, but also on the employee side. So yeah. Everybody is welcome at XIO.
Maybe let me also jump in, because when I go over the Q&A questions there, so basically the location where you are based doesn't really matter for us. You can apply for various job positions there. There was also the question if anyone from India can work. We also have an office there. So that should not be your concern. The job positions, because the question was also there, is written on our homepage. You can also apply without any dedicated job positions. We are happy to receive those applications as well. I don't know, consider experts working in different industry areas. There is a difference. The structure of the company is I would consider it a bit more specialized. There is the usual like C-level and executive leadership team as usual, and then it's split between what we call cluster, which represents industry parts. For instance, there is mobility, or there's finance, or there's connected industries. In those clusters are experts from each of those areas. So it's not like random people together in one big pool. Why are we doing this? Because we strongly believe that the more focused, the more expertise you bring in one dedicated area, the better the outcome for the client is.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Latif. Any more questions?
Thank you so much. I would like to know how I should apply the application process, where I should apply.
The application process, you can apply via our homepage. There are all vacant positions, but also the possibility to apply for non-position. There also is written which people are your connections, so our recruitment team. So you can just reach out to them and ask if there is anything special you actually should look for, and hand in your application. And then they will reach out to you eventually.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
Thank you, Latif. Okay, so people are asking for the website. I just put it on the chat. I don't know if you can see it.
Perfect. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you very much for that. Let me just go over here. We covered the remote work as well. Okay, so the language. Is there a requirement for German?
No, actually it's a requirement for English. English is the main language in all 3 countries, because also in Croatia, German is not the main language, so we all speak English eventually in the company. And also we have international clients who don't speak German, so English is the requirement that must be fulfilled.
Great. Thank you very much for that. All right, so we don't have any more questions. Anything like, I would like to ask you if you could advise a company, people-wise, for this remote environment. What would you be like your advice for the first approach?
Regular meetings. This is something that is really important, and good equipment and a good internet connection. Without a good internet connection, nothing works remotely. That also was our experience we had to take. And we also have a home office equipment support. So for people who are working remotely, we support them on equipment basis. So they can either pick things up from the offices if not needed there, like keyboards and screens and mouses, or even chairs. Or they can buy something and we support them financially on this basis, so they can do their great work also from home.
Great.
Personal number one on my list, take it easy. Working at home is a completely different beast. Usually you go to the office, you have your coffee breaks, you have your chats with your colleagues. When you work at home, you're completely on your own. Take your time off at least once an hour, just step away from your working machine. I know everyone heard those sentences, but no one is doing it. It's a really good advice. Something, for instance, with my teams, we have regular coffee breaks in the calendar. If you are free, you can join. It's a virtual coffee break. You can join there. It's like relaxing 5 to 10 minutes there. That would be my number one personal advice.
Great. Thank you very much, guys, for that. It was amazing. So Christoph will be from 4 to 5 in the networking during in the booths, right? So please go there and enjoy the rest of the sessions. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Raphaela, and thank you, Christoph, for this. Bye, guys.
Thank you so much for inviting. Have a great day. Bye-bye.